This is Jim Nailon, liturgical guitarist. I'm going to share my arrangement of the gathering hymn, We Gather Together. I'll play through it first and then we'll talk about it. Page 2. Okay, this is not that hard of an arrangement. There's just a few little things to talk about here, but we'll go through it from the top. The G, I'm using my little finger to play the melody note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Open E, and then the bass run, playing in tenths here. And then C, and then we're actually a D chord right there on that measure, and then a G. Little finger again on the melody, and then we go to a D, 2nd line, and then G. Slide up on the little finger all by itself to the 5th fret real quick, and then right back into the D. So that's not too hard. And then the A. The A sus4, and then A. And then this last measure of the 2nd line. And I write myself a note there, say 1.5, because that first note gets held 1.5 beats. And that's, you know how I throw all the 8th notes in, so that's a pretty long wait for me. 1, 1, 2. And then on the end of that measure, I give you an open E, open 1st string, and that gives you time to go up to this D7 chord on the 5th fret. It's just like a C7 chord here on this, but you slide it up 1 fret. So you go into start measure 9, it's the D7, and then you have an open E here. So, and then you got to go to a regular D7 for 1 beat. So wait on that shift, and you can use your 1st finger here as a sliding pivot. You slide on that, so you don't lift your 1st finger off the guitar. And when I play that open E, I try and delay as long as I can. I don't make my shift as soon as I hit that E. I kind of wait about a 1/16 of a note, 16th note wait there. Gives me more legato rather than, you break off all these notes here that are ringing. If I see how I lift that up and they're gone. So try and delay the shift as late as you can. And G, and you're doing a little work here with your little finger. You start with the little finger on the 1st string, move it to the 2nd string, and then lift off and hammer on with the little finger. And then This is really written wrong. That's not a D7 there. That's a C9 chord. I think the harmony in the book was a D7 through that whole measure. But I like putting the C note there, which is actually the 7th in the bass. But because of the second note there being an E, that makes that a C9 chord. So cross out that D7, write C9. The last beat of that measure, the 3rd beat, is a D7. But it gives it a little dissonance there, which is, I like that bite. And then into the D7, you just have to leave your first finger down, put your second finger over, and then hammer on the little finger, and then G. B bass, that bass is important because that's leading you into the next phrase. So C, the last line there in that first page. G over B. D7 over A. Hold it. And G. So you got a nice bass run there going in that last line. The C. Brings you back into the second page, which is almost the same. We'll go through the first, I think the first line is the same. And then D. Now G, now here if you want, instead of playing a G, you can go to an E minor to give it a little variation. Play. And then drop back into the D. So E minor with your little finger up on the G note, the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And then do that slide up to get the 5th fret, and then do that drop down into the D, and then A, little hammer on there for variation, and then D. So that last measure is different, the D. Now I don't leave you an open string to shift, so you got. Take a breath there. Imagine you're singing. Da, 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 breathe. Da. And then the next line's the same. So coming off that last measure 24, D. Breathe. G. And then C9, same thing. This measure's a little different. Got a hammer on there on the second finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And you got to get the bass, use your first finger to get that B going into the C chord. And the last line's different. You got a bass run coming down here. C, B, so probably one of the trickiest little parts here, and it's not that bad, is maybe measure 29 and going into 30. So measure 29. Nothing hard there, you just got a couple of moving parts going. But try and make something, so you got the bass run starting at the end of measure 28, the B, and then you get bum, 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 and the F sharp, bum, bum, bum. So I've had a few people email me and thank me for the arrangements and the musicality of them. If there's anything about the musicality of them, it's that I try and, find little moving lines and throw in some guitar tricks. But that's one that you want to bring out there. The I played it as written there with the D7. You could do that with your thumb if you're like me and like to use your thumb. So that's We Gather Together. That's all I have on that one. Look for more arrangements at liturgicalguitarist.com. I pray God blesses your playing, and I wish you peace.